This is in standalone mode, and I'm sending just a USB-C cable into my computer. That's the USB cable right there. And I just go into the software that I'm using, select input device, output device, pretty fast to do. And I can just go into one of these tracks, select the input, whatever input I want, 1 and 2 right there. Let me go into my mixer right here, this track right here. I already set this to USB inputs, but let me change this to input 1 and 2. And I'm going to set the recording on, and you can hear it right now. So that track is recording my drums right there. Now, the reason why it takes a bit of time for it to start recording, right, is because I have this set to Ableton Link. And if you go into the main here or to the menu, you see Ableton Link right there. Ableton Link is on Logic as well. Typically, we have this set to output 1 and 2. It goes to the main output of the MPC, but you can change it. Send it to USB output 1 and 2, and so on. So this is not running into the main outputs right now. See, if you had something on the main outputs, if you had any effects on this chain, they will not be heard anymore because they're not being used. This output is now not getting used because all your tracks are being sent through USB, right? So they're being sent through USB. They're not running into the main outputs. So here I'm going to create more tracks. So I have 5 tracks here. I'm just going to go and do that, and 9 and 10. Now you can do this for mono as well. Just change your track to mono and just pick a mono channel. In this case, I have this set to stereo. If I change it, now it's only on the input 9, okay? You can do mono or stereo, it's pretty easy. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly the same inputs I have here. And if I start recording, make sure I record all the tracks. Right there, press the record. Okay, and now you'll hear all the tracks come in right there. So the cool thing about this is that I can actually perform while recording individually to individual tracks, and I can do this for the entire track or individual pads. Now, setting this for individual pads also allows you to resample through your computer and through your VSTs back into the MPC. So let's say I had the snare going out through another track. I'm going to set a new track right here, 11 and 12. That's exactly where the snare was before. I got to go into the pad. That's the snare, and send it through outputs 11 and 12, which are the inputs right here. So you see that is going out right now. You can see that the signal is going through the reverb. And if I go into my sampler right here, USB input, that is the signal coming in. I can resample through this. So you can use this as a resampling tool at the same time. Aside just, doing these live performances, you can use this again, just as a mixer. You don't need to record anything into it. You can just make a beat here and use the mixer interface here just to apply effects to individual pads, whatever you want to do. If you're a guy that loves using your plugins on your computer, this is set to standalone, just using the computer as an effects box to run it through there and just get the mix right. Again, you can send the outputs, instead of sending the outputs through the 37, you can send the outputs somewhere else. It's really an interesting, very interesting workflow here. I can also do mastering. I could make my whole beat right here and just start working on the master here, and still control the mix in here if you want to control the mix in here, and just create a channel here for the master. So I can just go here. I have a user channel, and you're going to be able to hear. I can just change my main outputs here and control that mastering process with the mix from the Key 37. There's a lot to explore here. I think you guys should try it out just to see if there's something that, you know, could potentially help you in your beat making process. So that was it. USB-C to your software, a lot of potential in there.